Key, what's to say about this team that you guys have been in some really tough spots these last couple of games, but had a chance to win it there on that last shot, came back, forced overtime against Georgia. What does that say about you guys, at this point in the season?
Um, yeah, it says that we have a lot of fight in us. We have a lot of fight in us, and we won't stop, but we gotta stop putting ourselves in these situations, and let's be ahead at the end of the game instead of being behind, fighting from behind. But it shows that we have a lot of fight, we have a lot of grit, and that we want to win. So we're trying our hardest, and we just have to stop doing the little stuff, the timely stuff at the end of the game. Like, yeah, if we can get away with it in the first half, that's cool. But at the end of the game, it's more tight. We gotta focus in a little more.
How do you feel like, talked about your offense, but defensively, do you feel like you're making progress there and improving in that area? And have you seen that, just this season?
Oh yeah, man. That's one of the main reasons I came to Auburn for defense. Like when I was talking to Coach BP, he's at the helm, and talking to the guys. Obviously, Coach Burgo, the offensive coordinator, called me. He was the first call, but when I started talking about defense, our visions aligned, and I wanted to get better on defense. And I have gotten better, been putting way more energy into it. And trying to do like jump the passing lanes, just have a little more energy, getting deflections, anything, even if it's just not steals, not letting my man score on me. I don't know if my rate at that, but I feel like I've been keeping my guy in front of me a good amount this year.
Keyshawn Stevens said, despite a couple tough losses, he feels like this team has gotten better over the last 3 weeks, and that's what matters. I guess how important is that mindset moving forward in the SEC when you guys can get a good win for your resume essentially every single game?
Man, yeah, no, I feel like we have gotten better and better each week, for when we have came from. Like obviously, it's not the results we want. I don't want to say we're close. You know what I'm saying? That's not a thing we say around here. But definitely, I feel like we have gotten better, and we just have to, like I said, start getting ahead, and man, just locking in a little more on the small details. Like last year, I don't know, like, you know what I'm saying, pretty similar to a team like Purdue last year. One big man and made a good run last year, you know what I'm saying, or you know what I'm saying, things like that, not too big, but still can make a run. So I feel like we just need to get one game and we'll go on our streak very fast.
You obviously went through in the Big 12 last season that grind of what
Hmm.
conference play is like. You're obviously starting it here. What do you tell some of these like younger guys, some of these freshmen, or maybe some of these guys who haven't played this level of ball before
Yeah.
about it and like the key for y'all to hang in there and make that turnaround with the schedule being the way it is?
I talked to the guys and I was just telling them like in conference play, yeah, you can see the non-conference schedule and see the rankings, but in conference play, anybody can lose to anybody. Nobody is just untouchable. Nobody, just like you seen Michigan almost lose the other day. Nobody's untouchable. Anybody can lose. You just have to the conference is going to be more of a fight because all the coaches know each other. Everybody knows each other's schemes and things like that. So you're just gonna have to bang it out and not worry about the next game. You're gonna have to worry about that game going 1-0 each day in and out. So that's the main thing.
What have you seen out of Arkansas so far, just on film and such?
Arkansas, they're very good. Obviously, they're well coached, Hall of Fame coach. They play fast. They press a good amount. They always have good freshman guards and things like that. They play hard. They can switch with a little bit of anybody. They're very big, things like that. So they're going to be a good task for us. But one thing that we have at our event, we're experienced. Like, we've been in these big games, so this thing shouldn't get to us. We just have to get on our run, man. If we get momentum, just like a game. If we get one momentum with one game, I think we can make something special.
Ted mentioned that you lead the nation in free throws, so obviously finishing through contact is a big part of your game. What's your mentality when you know you got fouled but you don't get the whistle?
Um, you know, it comes back from when I was a kid, just playing at the rec or anything. Just like we didn't call a lot of fouls and things like that. So I just try to make sure I finish it because certain games you're not gonna have refs that call the foul, especially not late in tight games. They're not gonna bail you out with a foul. So I try to work on finishing it through contests, like through my pregame workouts or any workouts. I'm not just shooting a bunch of jumpers. I'm jumping into a pad. I'm drawing contact and finishing while doing that, then putting pressure on myself to make free throws or run two down and backs, things like that. So I'm just trying to focus on just making sure I stay locked in on finishing other than trying to draw the foul. I know I draw a lot of fouls, but I don't try to as much as I can.
You guys have been really good here recently, rebounding the ball, and I know that was a question people had earlier this year because of the size. But kind of what's been the key for y'all to be as good of a rebounding team, and how much you think that can carry you against some of these teams you got coming up?
I feel like we're very good at rebounding just off how fast we are. It's not about the physicality. It's just like a one thing, and that's why we got to want it on defense. If we're like, it's a one thing, and if you want the ball, and if you move faster to the ball, that's why we're like top 10 in the country in offensive rebounding rate versus some of the biggest teams in the country. So if we just keep doing that, that can carry us in games and hold us in a lot of games. So we just have to translate to the defensive end, which we have been, and just make some shorter mistakes in the second half, and we'll be good.
Keyshawn, what was your reaction, players' reaction to how the game ended the other night? And then is Murph now a legitimate 35-foot weapon now for you guys?
No, we give Murph the ball at the end of the games from now on, man. Every time at that point, him and RKO. But nah, man. We thought it was good, but hey, it's a different outcome. The refs seem different. It is what it is, and we just got to go on with the next thing. If we harp on it too much, that's another thing in conference play. Back to your question before, conference play is like it's quick turnarounds. You don't have to wait a week or two before games. You have to be like locked right in. You can't like he said, you can't get too high, can't get too low. You have to bounce back very fast. So we just tried to stay calm about it, and we really just looked at ourselves in the mirror. It's not even about that last shot. It's just about we put ourselves in that situation. We were up 16. You know what I'm saying? We should never put ourselves in that situation to come down to one shot. So we can't blame that shot. So that's all it really is. Thank you, guys.